Oh, we're back?
We're back.
Ooh.
We're not
Not live?
No, we keep saying that.
But if we are live, though.
I'm Jim, and this is Warren, and
Yep.
this is Talking Vintage. It used to be a live show. That's why we keep saying live. But it's not now.
Nope.
No, we record these, and then we schedule them out to be posted on Facebook.
Do we have a certain time or a day we're going to post them, or we're just going to do that as...
Well, they already know that because this is the fourth show in the series.
Right.
So
it'll be
me saying that it's being posted, they already know.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Same time, same bat channel type thing.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I
from
do.
Batman.
I do.
You do remember
Yes,
that?
I do remember Batman.
Okay.
Ow!
Half these people probably that are watching
No.
don't know that. But Batman, at the end of Batman, they would say, it was a TV show, they would say same time, same bat channel.
Yep.
Meaning come back next week in the same channel and watch Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So ours is the same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
We have
Okay.
the same following, too.
Yeah, all three people.
Yeah.
Yeah, three people. But we said last week that, well, we'll get into what we said last week. Let's go ahead and we got to do where we are. We're Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road in Lakeland, Florida, 33813. That's where we're at. So that's what you see in the background there. It still looks like a split screen. We talked about that last week.
But we are together.
Yeah, yeah. So we're here, and this is where we do our show, Talking Vintage. And what's the show for? Why do we do it?
Why are we doing this? So we
I don't
can
know.
show off all the stuff in the shop and inform.
It's
inform.
inform, to
audience.
inform and to entertain.
Yeah, yeah.
Inform and entertain. Those are only two things, really. Yeah.
I think we're more entertaining than we are informing.
Probably.
At least I think so.
You're probably right. Last week we did Hot or Not, and we told you things that we thought were trending right now. Because in previous shows we had done what we thought would trend for the year and what the experts would thought would trend for the year. Last week was Hot or Not. We play that game every now and then, so we'll be playing it again. Mm-hmm. But right now, we talked about that last week, what we thought. So our insight was on the cast iron,
yes.
And we categorized it whether you were going to use it or whether you were going to collect it, and we talked about that. You can watch that show. That was show 3. This is show 4.
Yep.
Maybe we should start remembering what show it is. This is 4. Last week was 3. Okay, in our vendor corner, we talked about staging versus volume of stuff, and you can watch a show for that too. And as always, we're going to talk about the events that we have at the shop, because we do want people to come and visit us. We want them to watch the show, but if you're local and you're running around in Central Florida, come see us. But anyways, what we'll have coming up next is the market. So we'll have a market coming up at the beginning of the month. It's the first Thursday through Sunday. And it's 10 to 5. And what's special about the market?
We show off lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of when most of the vendors bring in their newest stuff is in the market. I mean, we're open 7 days a week, and there's always new stuff coming in. But everybody gears up for that market, because when we originally started, we were just the market weekend. And then we moved into 7 days a week, and we play around with our days that we're open and stuff like that.
We try to accommodate, right?
Right. And then, something really cool that they can see when they come in is the new vendors. We've got new vendors.
Oh, yes.
And they have some outstanding stuff. So if you haven't been to the shop lately, come in and check that out. Join us on the market weekend. Check Facebook out for all the specials we're doing, because, I mean, we've done the Valentine's special, and we have the vinyl special, and we do all sorts of things. So check out Facebook. The show is probably not the end-all for what's going on at Decades Reclaimed. Okay, moving along. And today's topic we're going to talk about is why vintage? Why vintage? Why are we selling vintage? I mean,
people love their vintage stuff.
Yeah, people buy it, or they want it to replace something they had when they were younger. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It takes them back to a certain time. They buy it because a loved one that's no longer with them had it, and they buy it just because it's cool. I mean, just because something is 30 or 40 years old doesn't mean it's not cool anymore. I mean, look at you. You're cool, and you're vintage and antique. You're cold.
I'm cold. It's cold outside.
But anyways, that's
Florida
why
cold.
vintage.
Yeah.
It's actually for the most part, not always. It's cheaper. You're buying an item that has been used instead of buying something brand new. We don't have the overhead. We didn't have to make it. We didn't have to ship it here. We didn't have to get it stuck on a container ship import for a
the
year.
ocean somewhere.
Yeah. There's lots of reasons for vintage. But
I know why I buy, because I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I just because I like it. It's not that there's some stuff I buy for resale, yes.
Yeah.
But there's also stuff that I like because either I couldn't afford it when I was a kid, or my brothers, all 5 of them, broke it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to replace it so I can look at it and sometimes even play with it.
Yeah, well, he does toys a lot, so that's where he's getting from. So toys and things like that. But even like with furniture, you can go to the big box stores and you can buy furniture, or you can come to a vintage shop and you can get something that's really cool, and it's going to be.
And it's real. It's
real.
furniture.
Yeah.
Real.
Oh yeah. The old saying that they built it better back in the day is true.
It's true.
It really is
It
true.
is true.
Yeah. The IKEA stuff is cool. And there's nothing wrong with it, but you buy a 40-year-old table, it's going to last longer, and it doesn't have the directions on how to put it together. You know how people struggle with that; they can't get it together. So
if you want to buy it here, we even help you load it up.
Yeah, and it's already put together.
It is put together.
Yeah, you don't have to follow those
it.
directions. Yep. Okay, we said last week that we were going to do question and answers, and here we are. I collected up some questions that people had asked, and we're going to answer them.
I'm going to try.
Okay, so this one we always get the question, what is vintage? It's kind of like, what is antique?
Yeah.
Antique, if it's 100 years old, people say it's absolutely an antique, but then a car is antique at 50 years old. Vintage, they say vintage is before antique. Before it turns antique, it's vintage.
Right.
But when does vintage start? The 80s, people consider the 80s now vintage.
But I'm old.
I know. So
I'm past vintage then.
it really, there's no straight answer for that question.
The experts
it's whatever.
say.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you
yeah.
consider vintage. Well, the experts don't even agree.
No.
No, they don't. So some say 20 years, some say 30 years, some say 40 years for vintage, just for vintage. So, but you'll find most stuff in the shop is going to be, from the 80s on back. Oh, I got a call. Take that. Oh my God!
You want to take that?
No, I don't want to take that call unless it's somebody that I can talk to. Oh well.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, you've reached Talking Vintage. This is Jim. How may I help you? Hi. It is, and we're doing our show right now, so can I give you a call back? Bye. That was Terry.
That was live.
It's my better half. Yeah.
Well, that was live.
Well, it's
on
not
our tape.
live. We don't edit, so we're not going to cut that whole segment out because we're not. We can't edit.
We don't know how to do it.
We don't know how to edit. No. All right. So back to our questions. How do I sell my vintage thing? That seems to be a common question too. You can go to a place like Decades and you can sell it. You can put it up on Facebook and you can sell it. You can take it to a consignment spot and you can sell it. Now, when you say sell it, that's probably another question that I have in here. When they say sell it, they're really asking what it's worth. And somebody asks, what is something worth? Well, it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. You ever heard that one before?
I've heard that before, yes.
I mean, it's true. Yeah. You can use eBay for a valuing tool, but you have to refine. You have to actually see what it's selling for because that's what somebody's willing to pay for it. You can't use eBay just by going in and I'm going to find this pad on eBay and see what it's worth because I could throw this pad up on eBay with all 3 pages that are left in it, and I can sell it I can ask $100 for it.
Right.
Doesn't mean I sell it for $100, but there's a way to refine your search and actually see what it's sold for. So eBay is a good pricing tool. You can see that. There's WorthPoint, which kind of collects from eBay and Etsy and a bunch of different ones, and you can see that too. But you can just take it to a shop and they can value it for it. But you got to remember that, like if they bring it here, we're in Central Florida. We're located in Polk County. The value that we place on an item would be different than if you took it to Tampa, an influential part of Tampa, to a shop there. They're in different areas, so they can get more for it or less for it or whatever. But when we speak and we tell you the value, it's for the value here at Decades Reclaimed, where we're at. I would even think that another shop in town might be able to get a better dollar for it sometimes. And I'm not afraid to say that. So when people call me and they say, well, how do I sell my stuff? They're really kind of asking, what's it worth too? And I'll tell them, you can bring it to us. This is what we'll give you for the item. You need to remember that when you sell it to us, you're getting your money right then and there. And we have to wait and sell it, and then we have to pay rent, and we lose money to the shop and stuff like that. So that's why you may think it's a low offer, and actually it's not a low offer.
I get asked a lot of questions about, well, I've got this, or my grandmother or grandfather had this, but you've got to say, I've got to look at it. Because there's conditions that you have to look at. Is it worn? Is there a chip in it?
Yeah, you can't call us up on the phone and say, I've got this toy car. How much is it worth? Well, we got to see it. We start with pictures and then hopefully we can hold it. All right, now the last question I got, and this is directly to you, Warren. What's with the furry cuffs? Last week we were talking about, I don't even know what we were talking about, hot or not items, and then you said novelties, and then you specifically said furry handcuffs. And we just kind of danced away from it, but now it's back because a viewer asked what's with the furry handcuffs.
The furry handcuffs, again, are a novelty item that is in a package, and it says on there, novelty, but it's just a fun item to talk about. But
No, you're not answering the question they wanted. Why do you have furry handcuffs?
Because I thought they were cool. That's all. They're not used. I don't want to take them out of the package because that hurts the value.
Okay. Did somebody tell you couldn't take them out of the package?
Well, then they're not new anymore. Did
you buy them for a purpose? To sell? Okay.
And for people to talk about.
Okay, so there's the answer on the furry handcuffs. We can just leave it at that. We don't have to revisit that anymore, please.
Think so?
No more questions on the furry handcuffs,
if
please.
they're gone, then we can't talk about them at all. So come and buy them.
No, but they could still ask the question.
Well, they could.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're moving on. Our next segment that we're going to do is
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you have a question?
People ask if they can try something out. Do we have a staging area or a area that we can plug in something they can try, a lamp?
Oh, yeah. If you have a lamp, we'll plug it in and put a bulb in for it. Or if it's a stereo or something, we can plug it in.
Do we have batteries?
We don't always have batteries. We hope that the vendor puts batteries in the item prior to bringing it in, and that they indicate on the tag whether it works or not.
Right.
All right, our next segment is our show and sell segment, and you're going to go first? You want me to go first? Go first.
Okay,
go ahead.
Here we go. We talked about some farm stuff, and this is a meat smasher.
Meat tenderizer. Smasher. And that's
and it's
a
aluminum.
good description.
It's a good one. It really works well. I think it works well. And it's called a mallet.
Meat mallet.
Meat mallet for $10.
$10. All right. I have got, this is really cool. I like advertisement pieces. And this one is a milk pitcher.
Yeah.
Cheerios milk pitcher. And the price on that is $10.
Can you put your Cheerios in it?
Yeah, I'm sure you could eat right out of it if you wanted to.
Okay,
all right, your turn.
Okay, board game. These things are upside down. It's backwards.
It's going to be backwards.
It's Milborn. It's complete. It's a fun game. Get back to family night, and it's $4. It's
$4.
Instructions and instructions.
Very good. All right, next up we have Beanie Babies, a turkey. I don't know what this is. A platypus.
Looks like it.
Yeah, and a bull. We have lots of Beanie Babies. Yeah, and the great thing about the Beanie Babies is they're all $3, and most of them have the little tag protectors on them, and the money goes to charity. Did you know that?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that, yeah. But
So
I didn't know that.
If you buy a Beanie Baby, we can see the Beanie Baby go. If you buy the Beanie Baby, he helps out a charitable group. So we have a bunch of these. They're in the front of the store. They're vendor 61. Your turn.
Do we have any more bull in here?
Yeah, we got bowls.
More bowls?
We got
Okay,
bowls.
a lot of bowls.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, got
it.
it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, caw. That's a caw. It's a wooden one.
Okay,
Painted.
you got it. Look, hold it up so they can see the
See it?
whole
See
bird.
it? See it?
Yeah. How much is the wooden
The
bird?
wooden bird is $19. 1988.
Why
How we got
88? I
have
don't
I must have
know.
been having a moment.
I don't know. Oh, the phone's ringing. We're going to let that. Hang on. I'm going to get the
Okay.
phone.
Do I get
I'm going to get it. No. Wait.
Okay. All right.
Oops. I hit the wrong button. They're gone. Okay. My chair's not moving out. Hey, this is going to be an interesting show. This is from the Squid Game. This is one of the guards. And it's a little gnome, and it's handmade by one of our vendors here. It's just super cool. I mean, where can you find a Squid Game guard? I don't know if he has a boo-boo there. Oh, no, that's his like name tag or whatever. And he's $25.
What's a squid?
Handmade.
What's a
Squid Game, I would say you're old and you wouldn't know,
I
but
wouldn't know.
it's a Netflix show. Go to Netflix and watch it.
I'd have to buy Netflix in.
Somebody you know has Netflix and
Okay.
will loan it to you,
Okay,
one of your
right.
kids or whatever.
But then it would
So
like-
that's it for
Right.
show and sell. The next segment we're going to move into is our vendor corner, and we're vendor corner. This is promote yourself. That's our topic for today. Promote yourself and you're in a shop as a vendor. You're your own business. The shop just facilitates the sales, collects the taxes, packages the item to walk out the door, greets the customers, those type things. They facilitate the sale. It's your stuff. Promote it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Have a Facebook page if you can do that. Tell your friends about it if you don't have a Facebook page. You know, if your shop has got something that you can hand to friends, do that. Because not everybody has Facebook, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right? But, easy. If you can't do the post well, you can always share so that your friends can see what your shop is doing. But it's your own business. Promote it.
Sharing works.
Sharing works.
Sure, I started doing that recently, and some people in our park came up to me and said they liked the stuff that we sent them, and they're going to come in, and they've come in,
And purchase.
people came in and bought several things from us. So yeah, it does
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
And you do it yourself. If you're here working the store, and you see people wandering around and helping them that way, asking them questions.
Yeah.
If it's by your booth, you can just say, "Hey, this is my booth. If I can help you with anything,"
Yeah,
it works.
yeah.
And being smiling works too.
Yeah, just coming and bringing your stuff in and throwing it down ain't gonna cut it.
No.
You got to promote yourself. So whether you're putting things up on Marketplace and then telling people they're here, whatever it is, you got to do the promoting. I mean, the business will promote itself, but the business in promoting itself is not telling everybody exactly what you have. You need to do that. So that's my advice for being a vendor is promote yourself.
You got it.
All right, that's pretty much it for our show today. In closing, we want to thank everybody for watching.
Thanks again. Yes.
Always, yep. We're hoping to get maybe one more follower, so we
That'd
go to
be
4.
nice to go to.
Yeah, so we can move
Yeah,
to 4.
yeah.
If it's all possible, as always, comment
Yep.
down below.
You have any more questions?
Leave a comment. Yep. Subscribe to us.
Yeah. Oh, we have subscriptions.
Yeah, we have subscriptions. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can they
But-
buy a copy of this video too? Could we
No.
make them a copy?
They can just download it.
Well, that's true.
If you want to send us money for downloading a copy of the video,
Just come and
please
see
do.
us.
It's
Just come and
502
see
West
us.
Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813. The next show, we're going to have something special.
We are.
We are.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I don't know what it is, but it'll be something special.
These
Something
shows are always special.
Yes, these shows are always special. This one today with the phone ringing and me answering the phone, and we're all over the place.
I think the one we had before was a number 3. This is number 4, right?
This is 4.
So number 3 was the one we had, the handcuffs.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do, once we get like 10 done, we'll do a ranking order of the finest of Talking Vintage. Yeah. There was show number 1 was number 1,
Yeah. Until they started watching us and then just slowly.
After the first show, maybe nobody's watching. So how many, we didn't have any followers on the first show. But please follow us to give us 4 followers. I think that's a good goal
That's a
for
good
us.
goal.
4 followers. 4.
Yeah, 4.
4.
And you don't have to even be living in the area. You could be.
No, that's right.
To follow us from Michigan.
Yes.
Or
Wherever you
South
see this
Carolina.
video, follow us and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're rambling now. Okay, we got to go. We'll see you guys next time. This is Jim and Warren, and you've been watching Talking Vintage.
See you guys.
You got to press the button.